What's good, V3? It's your boy Brady and my boy over there, Tom.
What's good,
Welcome to the first
everybody?
ever podcast. We're going to call this one the Tom Brady Podcast, episode number 1. You already know, Tom, what's good?
What's good, man? I'm just chilling out, man. It's 2:13 a.m.
Yes, sir. It is
It's fucking
2:13 in the morning, and we said, fuck it, we're going to
right
film a podcast right now.
podcast time because we can't think of any other content
Exactly. We can't
because
think of
we're lazy.
content, so we just said, fuck it, we're just going to film a podcast right now.
Podcast time.
All
We
right,
had we had to
so
share.
we're probably going to make this a weekly series. I think we can do this weekly. We can upload it on
Probably.
one of our days, so like
Yeah,
Tuesday or Thursday. And if you guys like it, make
exactly.
sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, notifications on, comment, all that
Also,
bonanza. It's free.
definitely facts. He's speaking the facts. Share the video. Like
Yeah.
you can subscribe, you can like the video, you can leave a comment, do all that, or you could literally just hit that sub button and share this video with your friend because then they'll see it and then maybe they'll like it and they'll subscribe and then they'll share it to other people. So like
hmm
there's a big old share button on YouTube on every platform. Like
hmm
just right there. Yeah, it takes 2 clicks. It's that easy, bro. And
Yep.
it would mean a lot to me and Brady and
Yep.
the rest of E3 and we'd be chilling out.
So I
We'd all
already
feel
know
warm and
spreader.
happy.
All right. So enough bullshit. Let's get
Yes, sir.
into the podcast. So first thing today, Corona status. How are we doing in quarantine? How are you doing?
Man, I've like I'm honestly like this is where I'm at pretty much all the time. I got my games right here, I
Mm,
got my setup, I got my VR in the other room, which if you've seen my other VR videos, you'll know that other room is literally just my living room in my house. But like I pretty much go from being over here to being in the living room
okay.
or in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So like I
So
don't leave my house very often.
I
So
got you. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think anyone's really leaving their house because quarantine
right,
shit. So for me, like, and I feel
facts.
like this is how most people experienced it. I felt like really cooped up for like the first week. Like I was like, shit, I can't do anything. Like
Hmm.
I didn't know how to act. And then like as we moved on, I just kind of started like adapting, and I was kind of getting numb to it. So now like I feel like I'm chilling right now. Like I'm
No,
like don't
I'm
have
used to
anyone that I
it.
need to
Yeah.
talk to, and like I'm fine with this lifestyle. Like I realize that like I'm actually cool with not needing to go out of the house every time. Like this online school is actually kind of lit. I'm enjoying it because less
I,
work and I can
I,
sleep as long as I want on every day. So,
I haven't hardly passed any of my online schoolwork, which is bad. Like I leave it to like
ooh,
the day before.
but to be
But
honest,
like
like
it
you can
doesn't.
always take a pass and you'll be chilling.
That's literally what the move is. I'm taking passes on like 6 of my 7 classes. I think
Yeah,
I'm doing like my English class, or like I think like my band grade is still 100%
yeah. There
because
are a
it's
couple of
literally that I'm
classes
just
that I'm
taking
taking a
it
pass on, then getting a
like
class,
yeah,
then
it's
getting an
easy
A and the
game.
rest. Easy. Yeah, but how do you think we're gonna like do in the fall moving forward? Like, do you think this is gonna be like
Honestly,
how long
I
do you think this is
don't
gonna
know.
last?
think I think honestly, like depending on how the summer goes, like if they decide to like lift all this shit for like, I'm almost certain we won't have the month of June to do much of anything. Maybe
Yeah.
like the last week of June, maybe, and
hmm
then we'll have July, and that'll be like the testing phase of like, so what happens if we just maybe like you can hang out with like up to 5 people at a time, which like I don't think I've ever hung out with more than 5 people at a time. Really? Like I've made plans with more than 5 people at once because like I just don't really know that many
If
people
it's like
that really
Hoko or
like
something, like if it's like a
right,
big
that's different.
event,
That's
then
different.
yeah.
That's different. That's different.
But like a
Yeah.
normal
But
thing,
like
I don't.
hang out with the boys, like I'm usually not with more than like I think the most I've ever had in the room is like 4 people.
Yeah,
With them just
I'd
hanging
say yeah. So like I feel like also once like the countries start opening up, I feel like that's when we're gonna see a surge of cases. And like that's when Trump's gonna be
out.
like, oh shit, like we need to shut this down like ASAP. And I feel like right now we're already trying to open up stuff, and I think cases are going to spread. Like the state that we're in, Iowa, the reason that the cases are so high, like I was talking with my family about this earlier, is because like all the meat packing industries, like people still have to go to work there. And so like they go to work and they're within like inches of each other, like packing meat, sending it off to your fast food restaurants, whatever. And everyone there is getting COVID. So now like some fast food restaurants literally aren't serving burgers here because like they don't have meat. And so like
Right.
economic impacts ensue, and the moment they open up, the moment more people are going to start getting corona, and that's when I feel like people are going to like start there's going to be a second surge, and we're going to need to rethink things from there.
But I mean, I think the thing about that is that like you kind of have to get like this sounds kind of negative, but you kind of have to get exposed to it, but to potentially become immune to it.
Mhm.
And the thing about that is, if people are vulnerable and they get exposed to it, they're probably gonna die. And so, like, you have to I'm not about to make that risk in order to like save the majority, because like if you can save everybody, why would you only save seventy
Yep.
percent of
See,
everyone?
here's the
Because like
thing that I'm thinking of right now. Like, even though like me and you were young, we're decently healthy people, we're probably not going to get like anything that bad from it if we were exposed to it.
but, like, what if
I
the
don't
other
want to
people
take that risk, so I might as well stay home now so that way if I'm exposed like more, or if I'm exposed and they come up
at
with like
all?
treatment in the future, they'll actually have treatment for like a condition that I have, I guess. Like there'll
Right,
actually be
not
more
that.
treatment options for people like me if I'm actually like severely going to die from it.
Mm, yeah, that's true. I mean,
So,
like,
what do you think will happen like after all this is over? Like, do you think there are going to be any like long-term impacts from
oh,
this?
100%. I mean, we're gonna be talking about this for probably the rest of our lives. For
Hmm.
fuck's sake, it's like, hey, y'all remember 2020, and probably, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, probably 2021. My guess is this entire year is gonna be completely fucked, because
Yeah.
like I'm pretty much certain that they're going to lift it enough to the point where like you can go out and like hang out with your friends,
Hmm.
but like there's like I had like 3 or 4 different concerts I was going to go to this year, and like one of
Hmm.
them now is happening in April of 2021 instead of
Ooh,
June of this
that's tough.
year, which is grim, I know, but whatever. There's one that I'm not sure about, and the other two are just completely canceled. So like those bigger events, I'm certain that the football season just isn't going to happen. Probably like
Speaking
the
of football,
colleges.
though, the NFL literally just released like their schedule for what they were trying to do. It's supposed to
Right.
start in September. I don't know really how. Like, I don't really fathom how they're gonna do that. And if they do
I
it,
think
like,
if they were that,
I
they
don't
would
think
have that.
fans will be in attendance. Like, I don't think they're gonna let fans in.
I think it'd be like have the family maybe of like the players,
Hmm.
or like the higher up, like the coaching staff and
Yeah,
whatever, and then empty stadium,
then just
which
rich people
would be
because rich people get into everything.
right. Well, the higher ups, like I said, like
Hmm.
shareholders,
Yeah, I got
maybe
you.
of
I
the
got you.
company, big
Hmm.
time shareholders. So like, I mean, especially us because we live right by a football stadium.
Yep. But like
So
at the
like,
end of the day, what people don't realize is like the NFL is a huge moneymaker. And so when like people are going to try and get that back up because so many people are invested in the NFL where if a season just doesn't happen, people's bank accounts will
they're
be
gonna
fucked.
right. So they literally like
They
in order
need to
to
have a
keep people
season. And I
afloat,
feel
they
like
have
they're gonna
yeah.
say like at one point or another, screw the virus. I need football for money. And I mean the average American consumer benefits, but at what cost for the players and their families and anyone that gets potentially exposed? Because like behind the
Right.
screens,
I mean,
behind the scenes, like the travel, how to get to the stadium, what hotels are they staying at, where are they gonna be, like all the people that could potentially expose the players, and then like the butterfly effect that could spread stuff around. So I don't know how everyone's gonna manage that.
I think like I don't really pay that much attention to the NFL. I wish I did, but I just don't. Like I'm trying to a little bit more. I watched bits and pieces of the draft this year, but I didn't know any of the big names because I just don't pay attention that much.
I got you.
Which I'm probably gonna start working on. But like I pay way more attention to like the college front for some
Hmm.
reason, just because we're in a college town. So I'm just like
Yeah, I
I'm
got you. I
way
got you.
more in tune for like this, like the Iowa Hawkeyes and like the Big Ten and all that area. And like
Hmm.
I'm way like you could talk to me about college football and I would actually have decent things to say.
Hmm.
But like once you get to the professional, especially also for like basketball, I don't really know that much about the NBA. I could tell you about college basketball pretty well, but like, you know, I'm
I
more in
got
the
you.
college front,
Also,
especially
speaking of
here
like sports on a college front, like we're talking about the NFL, but the college is a whole nother beast itself because there are
because there's
so many more people
exponentially more
and
teams and more people. Yeah.
participating in college sports than there are like professional athletes. Like there are only a select number of professional athletes. However, there are probably hundreds of thousands of student athletes across the country.
Oh
And
yeah.
so if you take away like their athletic ability or their athletic career, like how are people going to improvise from there, and how is the average basic consumer like me and you going to get our entertainment? I feel like esports are on the
Oh,
rise right
esports
now.
are huge. Oh yeah,
Hmm.
100%. Like that's kind of why I feel like that's why we started the channel now
Hmm.
and
Yeah,
not earlier, because
because we
this
have
is a
nothing
lot.
better to do over quarantine. So we figured, hey, like
And
I
being
might as well invest my energy into something that like I could potentially carry over after if it works out.
Right, and like if this grows, like I said earlier, share these videos because we need the money.
Fuck
Like
your
if this
promotion.
grows and
Let's talk. No.
if this grows and we can start like making money, it's like originally for me, like I've done YouTube things in the past before, for or with other people or just by myself, and like the sole purpose of that is to just entertain people. That's
Mhm.
like the whole reason.
Yeah.
Like if I just cared about the money or whatever, I wouldn't be doing YouTube because
Yeah.
blowing up on YouTube is
The
incredibly
amount
hard
of
and
work you
requires
have
a
to
lot of
put
people.
in for the output that you get when you're starting a channel doesn't
It's
like
ridiculous,
doesn't you work and you get literally nothing. Like you get like
right?
probably 20 views, a good video
Man,
60, 80, like where we are right now. Like you get no output, but like the sheer
I think our
input,
highest
like
video is your first GeoGuessr, or no, it's your
my tier list.
um, list, and it's like 60 something, and
Yeah.
then the second is my first Beat Saber video,
Hmm.
and then it's like 60 views, and then like 40, and then they're
Yeah.
all like between 20 and 30.
And none of that gets monetized. Like you need at least 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours of watch time a month. I just checked the analytics today. Actually, we have 8 hours of total watch time and 32 subscribers. So hey, if you're one of those two, thank you. But
Appreciate it.
yes, sir.
Love
But like anyway, like the amount of sheer effort you have to put in to even get monetized, and then like
it.
once you're monetized, the money that
And
comes in isn't anything until like you hit like at least a six-figure sub count.
oh yeah, well, maybe not yeah, six figure, yeah, because I was
Actually,
thinking million. Yeah. No, well,
actually,
if you get
well,
it,
okay. If you have a
it's
video that blows up, like one of my friends, when I was living abroad, had one video that had like 2, 3 mil on it, and he made a couple grand off that video alone. And it was actually really cool because like he spent all of that like invested it on his channel. Now he
right.
doesn't upload anymore, but like, eh.
I mean, like here's the
But
thing,
mm,
like like I'm trying to record as much as I can with games and stuff. The main real actual reason that I'm recording a lot of VR stuff instead of PC games, which I would prefer because they're just more of them and it's a lot easier to record those,
mhm,
um, and like get everything synced up because everything just works together, is literally because my computer that I'm talking to you right now is an iMac from 2010.
mm,
This thing doesn't run much of anything. That's why I'm so choppy and laggy.
yep.
Like you notice
I'm
I'm
in.
running at like per second.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm in the
But like
exact same situation. Like, I'm recording GeoGuessr on a Chromebook because that's just the easiest way for me to record my game. Like, would I want to be recording other games like Minecraft or like a Geometry Dash or like even like an FL Studio vid or something? I simply can't because like I simply like it's hard for me
we don't
to get like
yeah.
my product. Then I want to actually record it and then get it uploaded. That process I just can't do with the equipment that I have right now. So I need to like start working in order to like get like what I want here to go up there while recording GeoGuessr. And I'm not dissing GeoGuessr by any means because I actually love that game. Like it's a really fun game.
It's actually low-key really interesting to watch. I've seen most of the GeoGuessr vids you've done, and they're pretty good. Like they're pretty enjoyable. But
And I
like
mean like not to toot my own horn, but I actually think I'm pretty decent at the game. Like
oh yeah, oh yeah.
I've cranked out a
I
couple
mean,
pretty good guesses.
like here's the thing: all of those stream highlight videos that we have are like straight up just taken from mixer streams that people do directly from their
Hmm.
Xboxes
Yeah.
because they're like. We don't have capture cards. We don't have the hardware. We don't have none
Hmm.
of us have like fancy PCs. I don't think. Maybe Josh does.
I think
Does
Josh
have like a.
just got a good microphone. Like he just got one.
I mean,
Like literally like
I've had
yesterday.
this Blue
Ooh,
Yeti for
okay,
a
okay.
while.
Yeah.
This is the nicest thing in my entire hardware collection.
Nice. Yeah,
Like
it sounds good.
maybe my phone, because this is what I use to record my videos with,
Okay.
like my Beat Saber video, my like Crisis
Yeah, I
VR
got you.
game video, because
Mm,
like this thing records at 4K 60,
yep.
which does not work on my computer because of how old it is. So I have to actually record everything at 1080p 30
Hmm.
because I lose quality. Because if I like literally it breaks my shit.
Yeah.
If I were to do that, it would corrupt everything
Like
that was
right now
using.
you're being really
I have
choppy on your webcam and that's just like hardware alone.
right. I mean, if I was on this and I could just hold it up here, it would be way nicer. Also, there's you. You can see yourself.
A
Anyway. Oh yeah. Like that Siren Head video that I uploaded, I
hmm.
recorded on this computer with this computer.
Yep.
I
A
had to
impressive.
change the graphic settings on that game. I had to change my OBS settings. I had to change everything. because the first time I recorded it, everything was recorded at literally 4 frames per second,
Oh my
including
god.
my voice. So
Oh.
like my gameplay, like to my eye, the game was still running fine, but OBS was being given like maybe a gig of RAM and like 1 core of my
Wow.
dual core system.
Wow.
So yeah, um,
And
all of the
so
power was going into Siren Head, so I had to set it to record at 30 frames per second instead of 60, and at 720p, which is why that
dang.
video looks really bad
Yeah.
in
So like
comparison to like
with
the
like all
V-Series.
this equipment stuff being said, like where do you think this leads like for the future of V3 itself? Like where
I
do
mean,
you envision us like in
I mean,
like 6 months, let's say that.
I think if we continue with we've made a pretty good upload schedule. We've got like 30 videos already, which is
I
insane
think it's a little
because
less than that, but we've got quite a few.
we've got. Let me
We're
check the next
uploading
video.
daily or semi-daily.
Right, pretty much
Hmm.
every single day. We're at videos. Oh, that's annoying. It doesn't tell me, but we have a lot.
Yeah. Hmm.
Analytics.
Like and like with an equipment thing, what is it? I was gonna upload the GeoGuessr video I just uploaded yesterday, but my dad was at the computer playing poker all night, so I couldn't. So I had to upload it today.
Right, I was gonna upload it, but my internet
Hmm.
died completely. Which, by the way, on Monday, I'm getting new internet, so I'll have twice the speed and twice the upload.
A
So, Pog champ. So
yes,
that
sir.
goes from like 40 megabytes per second to like 80. But hey, that's like double me.
Also shout out Josh because his thumbnails, they're actually really good.
The guy that's making all of the thumbnails for all of these
Hmm.
videos, and they're like top tier.
I don't know how he
They all
does
have.
it. Like I try like the first GeoGuessr video I made, the thumbnail was made on Microsoft Paint, and I was pretty proud of that. And then like Josh pulls up and shows me the shit he makes, and I'm just like, oh my god, like how do you do
Yeah, no, that's
this?
big props to him for doing those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super huge props, honestly.
Also, complete random thing, but in reading all of the comments that we get on these videos, are these actual people?
No, they're literally like channels self-promoting each other. Like they're saying like, "Hey, want to be friends? AKA sub to my channel, and then I might maybe sub back. Who knows? Hey, except for Gemini Trust, that's actually my boy, and I got a vid with him
Yeah.
coming out soon. Yeah, that's my boy.
Oh, man.
Hey, shout out Gemini. Go sub to his channel.
Sir.
Link in description. Shout out Gemini Trust. You already know link in description. Yes, sir.
Oh,
But that's my boy. He
okay.
uploads really good 2K stuff, and he's actually a hella cool dude. And he's in my 2K clan. So yes, sir. Okay,
It
so
helps.
switching up
Also,
topics a little bit, let's talk about a bit of pop culture. 6ix9ine got out
he's back.
today.
The King of New York has returned.
The
No, he's been
King of
out
New
for a while.
York is
He's like
back,
he's
baby.
big social media and shit. Oh my god! But he was talking some mad shit in his live stream earlier because I
Elaborate.
watched it.
Elaborate.
So he was like, first of all, when he started it off by playing like a little snippet of his new song which just came out,
Hmm.
which is some, by the way. Y'all can roast me for that, but that song was some fire. Not
I
even gonna
actually
lie.
think it was decent. So much ass in the video, though. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, I was like, you know what, Takashi, I was like, okay, thank you, buddy,
If I
appreciate it.
ever
But like
got into music, I could just not justify myself making that kind of video. Like, I couldn't do that.
I don't think I would either. But
Yeah.
like, hey man,
Hmm.
I'll watch it, but I won't make it.
I mean, man put in work, and I mean, like
Yeah,
the bids, like the song's doing numbers right now. Like just from like a
it's huge.
logistical standpoint, like it's gotten a lot of views. Like people are tuning in. Like he's
Views
not irrelevant.
an hour. No, he broke the Instagram live
Hmm.
viewer count.
Yeah, didn't he have? How many
In
did he
the first
have?
minute. He had like 2.5 million
Oh my
views at his
god!
peak, and the
Wow!
record was like 1.2 million. Like he
Jesus!
soundly.
Wow!
Yeah,
Speaking
but
of like,
he made.
speaking of the live stream, like you said, he was talking some shit on the live stream. What's that all about? Like, what was he
He
doing?
was, he was like he didn't. I don't think he named anybody in particular, but he was talking about how um everybody was talking shit on him for not for like snitching on everybody for like doing their shit. But like
Hmm.
he was talking about how like how is there's like double standard because how could he be loyal if all the people he's snitching on like literally tried to kill him, tried to
Yeah.
kidnap his mother, tried to
Hmm.
kidnap him, stole money from him, framed him for other shit that
Yep.
he maybe didn't do. And so he's like, how can I stay loyal to these guys when they've all fucked me over? So I feel
And I mean, like,
it's
that's a
either gonna
valid point.
go.
Like, if I was in his
Yeah,
situation, like, flame me if you want, but I would snitch 200%. Like,
100%.
these, like,
Yeah.
if I'm in his situation, they are only with me because of the money that I have. They want to
Mm.
exploit me for the money that I have, and then behind my back, they want to kill me for the money that I have. So
Take
if I
that
get
money
locked
that I
up, would I rather do 50 years or sell out the people who are like who treat me
have
like shit
killed you.
anyway and be labeled a snitch? Like at the end of the day, like he was supposed to be out in like 2060 or whatever, 2069. I think I heard at one point. I don't know if that's true or not. He's free
He was gonna
in
do like
May
30.
2020. Like what the hell? He was supposed to be long gone, but man's beat the case. Like man's is
Yeah,
free. I don't know how he did it.
Manson
He
beat
must
the
have like
case
a really good
every
legal team or
time.
something.
Oh yeah, but I think he's hired like some of the best lawyers in all of New York, something like
He got
that.
that OJ Simpson legal team.
Oh yeah. Try on the glove, my guy. Try on the
Don't
glove.
fit. Yeah, but what do you think? How do you think he's gonna be treated in the future? Like, I honestly think like he could be like the next like big rapper gone, just because like at one point or
Mhm.
another somebody could pull up,
Someone's
boom, gone. Like,
gonna go. I mean,
I
here's
don't
the thing.
want him to
Like,
because the man is like a walking internet troll, and like I love it, but like I
he's,
feel like he very well could be the next rapper that's just like gone, and I really don't want that to happen though. So protect the boy.
I mean, I'm sure he's keeping on the DL because he's been out for like a few weeks,
Yeah.
but he didn't just like. I mean, obviously he probably went straight away to go Ray and record that song,
Yeah,
which is why he's
definitely.
been gone.
I bet you he
But
probably
like,
already had it like written in like he just needed to
oh,
go and record it in the studio.
record the music video and all that, right? But like, especially like with some of the other like rappers that have like died, and like Juice World and X and all them people, and who else am I thinking of? Like recently, like really recently. I mean,
Uh,
there's Attica.
Pop
He's not
Smoke?
a Pop Smoke. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, they all like. I mean, like, because Pop Smoke got shot, right?
yeah, Pop Smoke. He literally got rolled up on. He
Yeah,
made it
he
out
got
the
rolled up
hood to
on.
die in Hollywood. Like that's fucked up.
Yeah, that is fucked up. I feel bad for him and his
R.I.P. Big
family and
Woo.
all of his. Anyway, but the thing about all that is like they're all so unexpected. So like you just
Hmm.
can't like hope. Like you can hope that like these people are safe and all that, but like
You
if
really
they're out
don't
here
know.
doing all this crazy
Yeah,
shit,
and
like
I mean like
especially him,
yeah,
because like
100%.
he's got so many targets on his back because of all this shit that he's snitched on, and because he goes out and he does these big elaborate things like
Mhm.
all the time. So
Also,
like it
like,
probably wouldn't.
what a horrible time career wise to be freed. Because, like, coronavirus, like, he wants to get in, he
No,
wants to do all these publicity stunts, expose, like, capitalize
just
on the publicity he has, and he can't because everybody's locked up in their house. Like, that's gotta suck from a business standpoint alone.
yeah. Although I mean, he could probably like start a fucking OnlyFans. Holy shit! Imagine.
Oh my god. And I mean, like, obviously, witness protection for him wouldn't work because, like, his image. Like, huh, who's that guy with all the 6 9s on his.
Oh,
Oh,
69 on
oh,
his
yo!
literal forehead.
What's your name, Bill?
Yeah. Bitch, I'm saying
What's your name? Hey, what's up? I'm Bill Thomas.
I'm Billy.
And that just got us demonetized, baby. Let's get it.
I mean, we weren't monetized to fucking begin with, but
Yeah,
sure.
fair enough. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so like back on topic of quarantine or whatever, like who do you
Yeah.
think in like V3 is the most likely like to lose their shit like because of quarantine?
Didn't Tony bike to his girlfriend's house
I think
like
he did at one
yesterday?
point or another. I think he did,
I
yeah.
think he did like recently. Like, let me check the group chat because like he just said that he saw the wife.
Yeah. Here's the thing though, like Joe isn't even doing quarantine. Like he hangs out with his work friends, and I mean like he kind of has to, but like I mean like he's still working. The man's like putting in big grind. Like shout out to Joe, but like I feel like he won't lose his mind just because like he would be doing the same stuff anyway. So I feel like by default it'd be Josh, but like Josh, like he's
Thursday.
been homeschooled the entire year anyway. Like he doesn't do shit anyway.
Wait, really?
Yeah, Josh has been like districting screwed him over, so he can't go to our school. So he's gonna graduate, I think, with you guys. So like in
Oh shit.
districting completely screwed him over. So I feel like by
That's.
default that's gonna be Tony because like he won't be able to see his girl as much as he wants to.
I mean, I haven't seen. Well, I mean, technically I saw her today
Oh yeah, it could
because
be
I went and
you
dropped something off
theoretically,
for her.
and it
I mean,
could. I
like
don't, well,
we
I'm
never
not going
like.
insane. I don't think it will be me.
I mean, like here's the thing. Like I've been talking to some of my friends about like doing one of those things where like we all get in our different cars and we like drive into like a circle. I mean, just hang out
Oh
and
yeah,
take
I
a
got you. I
sit
got
like
you.
on. You should pull up to that low key.
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe it depends on
Depends on
who
the
goes, and
situation.
also
Yeah.
we can also just get different groups up. So like Loki, we should do that. We should run
All
that
right,
shit.
I'm down.
Dude, Loki, we could get a bunch of because does everybody in V3 have their license? Do you have your license?
I get mine in 2 weeks.
I got mine in one. So
We're big chilling.
like
Yeah, let's do that shit later.
everybody else. So like yeah, we'll figure that shit out. We could
Yeah,
do
we
like a
can
low
figure
key
that
like a
shit out
V3.
later though. But like, I feel like
We should.
everyone else is like trying to plan this shit. Like, I feel like at one point or another, people are gonna like be breaking the social distancing. Is like people get like more lax and lax. They're gonna be like, hey, like dap up my friend in the car window. Boom, hand contact, coronavirus. Like, I just don't think that's sustainable for human interaction.
I mean, yeah, like you said, like if Tony went and saw his girlfriend earlier, and like I went and dropped my girlfriend off some like books or whatever. Um,
hmm
but like we never like we did the distance thing. She was still inside her house and I was outside,
I got
and
you.
there was like a window like all around the corner, and so
Yep.
that's how we could hear each other. Like we had like
Okay.
a
Yeah, I
glass
got you. I
door,
got you.
so
hmm
like there was no like physical contact whatsoever. Which I mean, like that sucks because like I haven't like actually hung out with her
Yeah,
since
no, I
like
get what you mean.
March.
But like, you kind of have
Like
to.
no cap, it's been literally over 2 months since we hung out. But like
Wow, that's tough, dude.
we both know. I know we both know that like it's for the best and like it's okay and like we still talk like every day.
I
We
got you.
FaceTime pretty much every. Like we're good, like we both like her mom's like a nurse,
Oh yeah, so
so
you
like
can't do anything.
definitely like and like the really sucky thing is the only people that I think I want to hang out with that they would be you and her and maybe Christian.
hmm
But like Christian's parents are both pharmacists, so like that's a no. And then my girlfriend's mom is a nurse, and then are your parents like
My parents both work
doctors or
from home.
something?
Like we're actually big chilling.
Yeah,
Like
I mean so do
my mom
mine.
only
Like
leaves the
we're
house to get groceries, so theoretically that could be
yeah,
possible, and maybe later
yeah, but
down the line, but like not right now.
right, yeah, I know what you mean. I
hmm
wasn't saying we should hang out like
Yeah, I
tomorrow
got
or
you,
anything, but
dude.
like
We literally
at some
talk
point,
more over quarantine than we did like before quarantine started.
that's fine. Which is lame because we should have talked more high key.
Yeah, but like, hey, I'm cool. I mean, the last thing like I did before quarantine was like hang out with you, hey, like, and then
Yeah,
literally
we don't
like
know
the next week,
the next day.
hmm the
I
next
think we
day,
were
everyone's
too
like, hey, social distance, and I was like, fuck. Because also here's the thing, I got mono. Like I was knocked out for the entire month of February, so I was getting ready to go in March, and then quarantine just said no.
2020 said fuck you, Brady.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was chilling, and then like mono knocks me out for a month and a half. Like big rip, but whatever. Like I'll deal. And like I'm cool now. But and then like I was ready to like do stuff in March. Like I actually started feeling better, and then quarantine just started. So I haven't like seriously done anything big since like January,
And
and
that was
like
like
that sucks. But I mean,
what happened in January. I
I
don't
don't
know.
even. I know I did stuff like more frequently with friends. I mean,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
mhm,
I hung out with a lot of people in January, like more than here's the stupid thing is like starting in like December, I pretty much stopped hanging out with people in big groups anyway. I
I
just
got
didn't
you.
do it. Like I
Yeah.
could have.
hmm
Like there were lots of times where I'd be like I could get like all of the boys and like the OGs like squad of people to like all hang out but I just didn't.
hmm
Like like my OG like squad of people was me and you and Grant and Christian and Dane.
So all the
That's
names
five.
that viewers just don't care about.
Well, because they don't know Christian, because Christian's never
Yeah.
been in the video, will be knowing him.
Yep.
Um, Grant goes to CCA and is kind of a super hoe now. But if you're seeing this video, miss you, bro. Hit me
This
up.
this is him and then he watches the video.
And if you're trying to drop a diss track, do it, but tag us in the video so we get
Ooh.
to club.
Diss track season. 100 likes. Diss track on Grant.
No, that's no diss track on Gray.
100
Oh
likes.
my.
Oh my god. Okay, so context, Gray is
He
this
likes
kid who we play Fortnite with, biggest forehead in the world, and man
like
is
actually
like
literally
a straight capper. Like, man says so much shit. Man talks the talk, like all of it. He doesn't walk any of the walk. If he talked the talk, then my man's would slip and fucking fall and bust his ass on the ground because man's cannot, like, doesn't do the walk. Man's talks all this shit, and then he doesn't do
he
anything.
can't even talk properly. He doesn't know how to talk. He sounds like a fourth grader, my guy.
Yep.
Like no cap. Like he's older than both of us. He's
Yeah.
17.
Oh my god.
But like
And his twin
the
brothers like
fucking
turned out perfectly fine too. I don't
yeah. I
understand
mean,
it.
like I feel like Dane can cap occasionally, like a little tiny
But I
bit.
mean,
But like
everybody does occasionally.
everybody does that. Everybody like makes a mountain out of a molehill
Yep.
occasionally.
Yeah.
Eh,
But great.
it's
He
like
could brush shoulders with the female in the hallway. And then mans
like
would say he literally did the deed, went down, did the entire thing, and like got
in the
like he did
hallway.
everything. He said he did everything to keep it PG. But y'all understand it. Y'all already know.
Some other person showed up, and then they did the deed at the same time,
Yep.
and then
Like,
somebody else showed up
mm-hmm.
with like butt dunkers to
Then
like.
just 5 people doing the deed, and then he posted it on TikTok afterward because that's just the kind of guy he is. But yeah.
Actually, he probably low key.
All right,
He'd be the
enough
type of dude
roasting. Enough roasting,
be
Dre.
like this close to the camera. He'd be like, "Yo, guys, I just got laid."
Oh my god! Imagine if he had a YouTube channel, bro.
Oh my god, we need to make that happen.
We need to get a
Oh,
YouTube channel just like for the
oh, what
absolute head
we need
assery alone.
we, we need to get Pat and Tyler and like
Oh my god! Just all the boys
we
and
need
just clown on him.
we need to get Lucy and and Gray in a call.
For the context, people are mentioning now they're from a summer camp that we went to a couple years ago, and everyone still keeps in touch, and they're all kind of savages on the phone. So if we got them into a call with this cap artist, then we're chilling.
Wait, were you there when John called him?
Oh yeah, I was. I was in that. Yeah, that shit was funny.
He asked for a fucking blowjob, dude. I was dying.
Oh
I
my
was like,
god,
"Yo, chill out."
that's
I was like, "Bro,
horrible.
relax."
All right, so switching up topics a little bit, like this is like
From
from
the
a funny
corner.
note to a bit more of a serious note. But like, how do you think the coronavirus is going to impact the U.S. election, like coming up here in November?
Shit, I mean, especially now that like the news has completely stopped talking about
Politics.
politics pretty much entirely. It's a good break to be honest with you. Like I'm sick and tired of hearing about it because it's all the fucking time. But I honestly think that like less people are gonna like. Originally, this was gonna be a year where like a shit ton of people were gonna be voting.
hmm
Like you know, there have been
Here's
higher
my thought.
record
Yep.
numbers. Go for it.
And now like the people are just going to be scrambling for votes, and like yeah, I'm not going to reveal any like political affiliation because like time isn't that, but like I'm saying from an objective standpoint, if the coronavirus cancels the election, wouldn't that mean Pelosi becomes president? Because
Would it?
Trump can't become president with if he was not reelected,
Without
right? So
question,
like
right?
in order for Trump's second term to start, he has to be reelected. So I'm thinking like by
Right.
default it goes president VP, but because that's the Trump administration, they have to get reelected. So wouldn't it theoretically go to Speaker of the House until the next election can occur?
I mean, probably, yeah.
I
If
feel
he's
like
yeah, no, but yeah,
because I feel like
I think so.
Trump has to be elected into a second term in order to like serve. Like he has to be elected. Like the people have to elect him. So I'm saying like I feel like Pelosi would step in and be the president until like a Trump versus
Until
Biden can happen.
could actually, or whoever versus whoever. Like it depends on how long it's gonna be.
hmm Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
And like, how about this? Talk about the election schedule. Like, will it be every 4 years, or like, say we have an election in let's say May 2021? Will the next election be in November 2024 or May 2025?
I
Like,
think because like there have been times where like the presidents have like died in office, and then the VP will
except that's a
finish a
VP
term.
stepping in though. This is an entirely new term starting.
Oh,
because
Well,
Pelosi would just be filler until an election can occur.
until an election
But she
happen.
doesn't mean she serves an entire term because it's the election is due to happen at some point. So I'm saying, would that president be elected to fill a 4-year term? So like from May 2021 to May
Probably not.
2025, or would they just go the regular cycle, which is May 2021 to November 2024?
My guess is if she's just playing a filler spot, then that would be the second that would be the next term. So she would have that for however long it is, and then the actual elected would go until the end of 2024.
You know how much
Just because, like,
bitchery on Twitter that like would cause? Like, do you know
oh
the
my god,
amount
I
of people that would just be heated with
can't
Pelosi
do
becoming
all of
president,
it.
including Trump himself?
Oh, he'd be pissed. Yeah,
He'd be so mad. Like, I feel like all this shit's gonna be solved in court before the election even happens because, like, if we're two teenagers thinking of it on the internet, then Congress has probably thought about it themselves.
like
But
a month
like,
ago.
it's a fun thing to just think about, like, because this is a situation that we really haven't experienced before, and because it's so out of the ordinary, our like political dynamics and
Crazy.
like our like constitution itself isn't prepped for a global pandemic like that causes people to not be able to get out. So I don't really know how we're going to handle it. And with like the next year of our government like being able to handle the people of our country like ourselves is going to tell a lot about our country and like how flawed or how good our government system is. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hmm. All right, so we've
I
been
mean,
recording for a solid 36 minutes. I'd say that's a solid episode 1. You know, it's 2:49 a.m. I feel like I gotta hit the bed soon, you know. So
probably.
hey, that was I'd say a decently solid episode number 1. I'd say we were big
And we
chilling.
have content. We got content planned for like 2 or 3 more episodes. Like honestly, we could record another one of these tomorrow if you're
Yeah,
down and
honestly.
like just upload
But hey, again, that was a
about it.
lot of fun to record, just kind of having a conversation, vibing out. Make sure to comment down below what you think, whether it be like an NFL stadium, like or an NFL idea, a politics idea, or like even like a pop culture reference, or just want to talk about one of the boys, like any characters that sounded interesting that we talked about that you might want to see on a video. Like any of that, leave it down below. Uh, Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to hit that like button if you want another episode of the podcast because podcasts are honestly like a lot of fun to film, and it's just kind of like
Yeah.
a chance to vibe out and just like talk for a bit. Like you guys get to see like a side of us that you don't really see on videos. Like this isn't
Right.
an entertainer
We're in
side.
that
This is just like a
character
side of
mode.
us just talking.
Hmm.
And it was honestly a lot of fun to record. So again, make sure to like and subscribe, comment down below, share it around with everyone, and
And
yeah,
then
Brady out and Tom out. Peace.
peace out.